Hi everyone, my name's Sophie, coming to you from Paris, France. Today I'm going to do some embroidery and going to show you how to make this little lavender branch, which uses the stem stitch as well as just some normal one kind of back stitches. So yeah, we're going to make that. And so what you'll need is your scissors, some kind of drawing utensil like a pencil, a fabric marker, some chalk. You'll need an embroidery needle and some embroidery thread. So I'm going to first start with this kind of darker green for the stem, and then I'll use this lavender purple for the flowers. Yeah, and so to start, we're going to draw our flower or leaf. So you can have the embroidery. You need the embroidery circle and fabric. I'm just going to be using the one I've been using for the past few tutorials. Yeah, so let's start by drawing our design. I'm going to try to draw it upside down. So I've kind of usually just draw a stem like this that I'll follow, and then I don't often draw the stitches for the flowers. I kind of just, after having made the stem, just add them where I want, but maybe I'll do a little bit now to kind of get an idea of where I want, and so I kind of like add more at the top and try to make the top be kind of a point. So there you go, we have our drawing, and we'll start with the stem stitch. So you'll want to put your embroidery thread on your needle. Again, you want kind of long, arm's length and not any longer so that there isn't any knots. Yeah, I'm just kind of using the end of another one that I had. I think it's actually the same color of this one. Yeah, so we'll start from the back. Like so, from the bottom. And the stem stitch is one that we kind of looked at, I think, on the first video I did. And so we'll go in like so. And you don't want to pull all the way back yet, because you're going to put the needle back between the two, like so. And then you'll pull like this. And then we'll go back in like so, again, not pulling all the way. And of course, like always keeping the loop on the same side. So the last stitch I had it on this side of the stem, so not on that side, but always on the same side. So like so, and then go back in the middle of the two. Like so. And you'll go and do this through all the way up to the top of the stem. And the stem stitch is kind of a great one for any kind of flower or branch or leaf, hence its name of stem stitch, because it's used mostly to do stems. And it's actually kind of one of my favorites lately. I think I've been focusing a lot on like kind of natural nature embroidery, so a lot of flowers and plants. Yeah, I don't know, it's been kind of nice to go back to that, seeing as I live in the city and I don't get very much nature. This kind of allows me to connect to nature more. So we're getting pretty close to the top. I think I'll do maybe 2 more. Up like this. And then for the last stitch, you kind of just poke into the next one and pull all the way through. I'm not going all the way to the top of the lavender, just because I want that to only be flowers. Yeah, and so then you'll make a knot in the back, and I'm trying to always like catch one of the like last stitches I had made and pass it into the loop. Up, and then again into the loop, and then I cut it, and we have our stem. Pretty nice, pretty happy. So now to make the flowers of the lavender, we'll take a different color, and I kind of use the same method to also make some wheat ones, the same kind of stitches. I've also seen some people who do the lavender with some French knots, which I think I'll show you guys next week how to do French knots. But right now I'm just going to use a simple stitch that's just kind of like, yeah, a basic stitch. So again, starting from the back, and I'm going to start from the bottom and kind of build my flowers going up, and just kind of like filling it where I feel like there should be some flowers. So I'm kind of following the drawing I did, but also just kind of loosely adding them. And it's kind of fun to be like doing it more loosely versus just always following exactly a drawing. It's kind of loose embroidery, and I don't know, it's kind of sometimes allows you to build something that, or like let your needle kind of go where you didn't really expect it to go. Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of look. It's kind of hard to do upside down, but now that I'm kind of getting to the top of the stem, I'm gonna really start building up just the flowers. Also, it kind of depends how much you want, how dense you want the lavender to be. I think this one I'll make a little less dense than the one I did on my hot water bottle cover. Yeah, because every, lavender is different, so they won't all look the same. Yeah, and I guess I'm kind of going back and forth, so kind of going on this side, then back on that side, this side, that side, and kind of like progressing up. So I think I'm gonna just have my last top flower there, and then say that this little piece of lavender is finished. So I'm going to do a knot on the back again, grabbing one of the last stitches you made, passing the thread through the loop, and again through the loop, and then I kind of like to tuck my thread into like past stitches like that. Cut that off, and there we go. We have our little lavender. Yeah, pretty happy with it. Yeah, so this one's a bit more simplified, but you can add a lot more. Yeah, so I think next week maybe we'll look at this little piece of rosemary that I made that's using the chain stitch. Or I will go into looking at the French knot. In any case, I'll do both of those at some point. But yeah, so that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed this video and that you are all doing well and finding ways to stay creative and positive in this challenging time. Yeah, okay, bye.